Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have a supercharged super new moon. Okay, and what that means is when you say the super part, that the moon is a little bit closer to the earth on this Pisces new moon at 1 degree. When the moon comes closer to us, understand that the moon controls the tides, it controls the waters, and we as humans are 70% water. So this is going to actually allow us on this Pisces super new moon to activate the unconscious, the subconscious. Okay, literally the place that we go to get lost in some of these controlling narratives. Now, when I say controlling, the most important aspect that I see, there are two main ones that I see happening, and there's a third one that will really help us in the support of healing everything I'm about to say. One, the moon itself, the moon in Pisces is actually going to be conjunct Saturn. Okay, so a moon Saturn conjunction, it means something. That's step one. Now, second, okay, you're going to have Pluto. Pluto and who? Pluto and Venus. Pluto and Venus will be trining, so this is a more harmonious aspect, a moment to heal some big power struggles, especially in sexuality, as well as economically being supported or unsupported in a relationship, or using money as a means of control. So that's the two major ones. And then the minor one is going to be more about Mercury having a, I don't know if it's a sextile or a trine, one or the other, with Chiron. So Mercury is in Aquarius right now. It's going to meet at 13 degrees, pretty much like the day after the February 20th, February 19th, depending on where you are in the world, super new moon. That's highly impacting us in Pisces. Okay. This is a story of karma finishing up, especially childhood karma, karma in the childhood home, and where control or a sense of need for validation, appreciation that was perceived as we were not loved, okay, by our parents. This is a lot of what this is kind of coming down to. The narratives when we felt like we were not loved or we did not receive the love. A lot of this with the moon in Pisces. Pisces is a very sensitive moon. It's a very perceptive moon on a subjective wiring, a subjective subconscious programming. So what I'm saying is like, this moon with a lot of this Aquarius energy will start to help us objectively look at what codependent relationship dynamics have we gotten into. Why did we start dating and loving narcissistic personality disorders, right? And people with it. It's like, now there's two elements to this, okay? So let's cover one for starters. I feel more drawn right now to Venus, which is in Pisces, okay? It's gonna be at 29 degrees. So this is a very karmic ending, a closure before we go into Venus and Aries the next day, where we get that fight and that fire back under our ass after really surrendering this karma in a graceful manner, which is nice because Venus and Pisces will be trining Pluto, okay, and Capricorn. So Capricorn is going to bring in that grounded energy. Again, another climactic close. Pluto and Capricorn has been there since 2008, so do not take this lightly, do not take this softly. Really be responsible with the feelings that you're feeling, and that's ultimately what this is saying. There's a lot of sensitivities that we have behind the layers of what can't actually be seen or what actually can't be touched. The body has an intuition with Capricorn, okay? You can feel things through your skin, your hair shooting up when you're in danger, right? You don't see the danger, but the hair shot up and it lets you know. This is Capricornian type's body intuition. And that's just an example. I'm not going to get too deep into that. When you had this harmonious conjunction, what it's saying is especially with money, be mindful of being controlled in a relationship dynamic where, you know, you're with somebody because they may have the money, but you don't love them. This is a big one that I'm feeling right now to say out loud. This, as well as with your career, choosing a career that essentially cauterizes your emotions and cuts you off from feeling and allowing sensitivity to embrace you with a gentle compassion, to just feel into more deeply what. So a lot of what works with this Pluto type energy and Venus going back and forth is really, have you ever been in that love story where the love is hot and then it's cold, and it's used as a means for attention, it's used as a means for recognition? I know I've been in this, and it's like, it is a very painful feeling. It's a feeling that starts to, when you have Pluto, you start to feel dead inside within the romance, where you begin to anticipate with anxiety, when is this person going to turn off? When is this person going to turn on? And it creates this fear. Okay, you talk Pluto, you talk fear, irrational fear and rational fears. So this Pluto and Venus Trine is actually bringing some harmony to, hey, look, if you start choosing people at a soul level, if you choose people authentically, these are two feminine energies, and the shadow of the feminine, the divine feminine, is inauthenticity, or the shadow can be control and manipulation. You talk Pluto, you talk control and manipulation through sexuality, and the off-on button actually comes a lot through Libra, because Libra is an air sign that can just say, look, I love romance, but I'll cut you off because Aries is my counterpart, right? And this matters because we're getting ready to surrender this karma before, as a part of Chiron in Aries, making that harmonious aspect to Aquarius and Mercury. So our mind is understanding everything I'm saying right now. You can communicate with me. My body language is talking to you and it's showing you this guy is saying what needs to be said. Hit the thumbs up. That's what needs to be said. 555 on screen. Okay, baby. So, you know, a lot of what this is like really seeking, you know, a love from somebody that can't love you, or it's like you knowing you're in a relationship with somebody you can't love and they love you direly, or vice versa. You get the point. Now, if I switch and change gears over to the conjunction to Saturn, okay, you know, whenever you have a conjunction, there is an initial, the energies will naturally understand each other. And in human design, for example, the solar plexus chakra has about 4 gates in Pisces and about 3 or 2 in Aquarius, with 1 more in Virgo. So my point is, Pisces and Aquarius, they get along together. So this conjunction is happening with Saturn in Aquarius, who really does need recognition for his intellectual ideas, and it has a concept of how can we break this, you know, cycle fueling our need to be seen, our need to be recognized, our need to be validated, and our need to be so much like that we're willing to be friendly and hurt ourselves in the process and essentially be fake. Like literally, like people don't really notice about Aquarius. It's like, but it kills Aquarius very deeply inside, because Aquarius is all about eccentricity and about being real. So and it's a masculine energy, so it has this this projection of like, I want to be so unique, so real, so me, that it really hurts when you have this. So the conjunction with Pisces is going to help us to really just no longer, we're not going to be able to choose careers that numb us deep inside at an emotional level, that numb us and you know, we love animals, but then we're working in a butcher shop. That's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. Okay, so this conjunction can also speak about something very clear about a childhood narrative. When you talk Saturn, you talk the moon, okay, both of these are family dynamics. So a lot of this is going to be about behavioral patterns that were developed and solidified, okay, solidified being Saturn element, like really set in stone of, you know, this is what I do when my emotions are ignored. This is what I do when I'm in emotional pain. This is what I do. And there's this automatic subconscious program where in this energy, we're going to be allowed to actually dive into what cannot be felt, what cannot be seen, and actually restructure and mutate our belief systems. Pisces is a mutable energy, and Jupiter is a part of that belief. And it's like we're going to be able to gain justice, okay, from behavioral patterns in the family dynamic that has honestly kept us away from our spirit and what our soul has been asking of us kindly, gently. That little intuitive ring, that angel ring, that clear sentience, that clear audience that says, do this. Turn that friendship down. Just wait for this next friendship and this next union and this next partnership to come. And hey, stop. Hey, go. We're getting these messages that is coming from the birds, that's coming from the sounds, coming from a dog barking down the street that says, warning, okay, I'm your loyal friend. Don't befriend that person. Don't choose that career. Don't climb the ladder in this manner, because it's going to hurt you. It's going to add karma to your resume. This new moon is like, look, 5 months ago to 6 months ago, the full moon in Pisces already really closed out a lot of karma, but it took that 5 to 6 months for us to get back to this new moon to manifest. Okay, what will it look like now? The spring equinox is on the way. This being a super moon, aka the moon affecting us, and I said it earlier, at such a deep, intuitive, and psychological and spiritual level, it's no longer going to, we have the ability right now, we have the chance, we have the opportunity to start off the spring equinox, March 21st in Aries, the right way, clean slate, clear it all out. So what I want to say is like, be very mindful of how much coffee you drink lately. Don't over amplify the caffeine in your body. And I'm talking to myself when I say this. I want a coffee today, and I'm like, I could do without it, but I really want it, and I feel that draw, right? But a part of that draw is about, you know, succeeding and pushing and working. But when I look at my own human design, it's like opportunities come to me. There's something that I need to just sit still and attract, not things that I need to go ahead and chase. God speaks through me of when the opportunity is I need to respond to as a generator, right? But, you know, I was conditioned and raised to go ahead and go get it. You got to go out there. You got to be fierce. You got to get it. Nothing's going to be given to you. You got to take it. And I'm an Aries, right? So it's like, I have that like, yeah, let's take it. Let's just take it right now. You know, if I want it, I got it. But in all sincerity, I'm actually much more of a gentle person who is actually tremendously grounded. And I ignored the grounded nature within me. And I had to attract relationships and dynamics and people who were in this go get it mentality and would say nothing less is capable or respectable. Because you talk Saturn, you always talk respect, and you know, Aquarius and Capricorn, these energies, they want respect. So you got Pluto and Capricorn, respect. You got Mercury in Aquarius, you got, well, currently the sun is in Aquarius, but it's going to go into Pisces, you know, so sun in Aquarius, respect, right? You got all this Aquarius energy, respect. And it's like, this is really what I wanted to say for you. Hit the thumbs up, hit the likes button. I got one more thing I want to say. I'm actually going to check in with my book here to get you. Okay, so I had to check in with the notes that I went ahead and highlighted. And this Moon Saturn conjunction, it says the emotional drawbridge. Now, a lot of what this means, broken down in the simplest way that I can give it to you, is somebody that you get into a dynamic with, a connection with, and they're like hard, right? They're just like calloused, and underneath that callous, you can see this soft, gentle marshmallow on the inside. But that external exterior is like, you know, I'm hard. You know, I'm a felon. I'm a 10-year felon in prison. But really, it's like this little pipsqueak of a girl who is just walking, you know, and she learned to be hard from potentially her mother. Now, the key with this is you're not getting into a relationship with somebody, and you start over time, because Saturn speaks about time, right? You start over time allowing your soul, the moon, to reveal itself. Start allowing your soul to show, hey, here are the rewards for your faithfulness. Here are the rewards for you being consistent, for you being, you know, just a solid rock in my life. And what happens is that person goes from being overly callous to overly emotional. And what can happen with this Saturn Moon conjunction, we're coming into harmony and releasing and surrendering this pattern that we likely learned from our family dynamic, even more so the mother. I really want to say this is more coming from the mom, where, you know, she felt like she had to be the strong, independent woman, but in reality, she's a soft cookie who wants to be loved, who wants to be nourished, who wants to be, you know, who wants to receive emotional nourishment, but she didn't get that. And so she trained us to, as the children, you know, misinterpret what emotional nourishment is. And so what can happen is now when we open up, we overly emote. We become so clingy that now the partner was not used to that, and they were like, whoa, like, what are you doing? Like, you know, you're making me nervous. You know, this is a red flag to me, because you just went from this hot cold thing, right, where now you're overly you're putting your anxiety on me, where you think I'm going to reject you. Saturn has a great deep fear of rejection, and this is the Moon Saturn, so it's like at emotional level, emotional rejection is, you know, sometimes people don't come back from that. At bare minimum with the moon, it's perceived that I can't. 333 on screen, the divine number of love. It's perceived that we can't come back from that. And what I'm here to tell you is that you can, that, you know, unconscious behaviors like the moon could become conscious. Okay, so just be mindful of that, and realize that you're gonna see these narratives with the South Node and Scorpio. They're gonna come up, but they likely already have been dealt with, because we've had a lot of transits of love during this, since the winter solstice, moving up into the spring equinox. Okay, where the spring equinox, this is Aries season coming. Like, you know, Venus is in Aries the next day, on the 21st, and it's like, now we are able to have a fresh new start in how we relate and love others. And this is a beautiful, beautiful time to be alive. Like, in all sincerity, like, what is most cathartic for these people, as I see here, is to admit that they feel starved of emotional support, but they feel frightened that they'll be rejected if they show vulnerability. And I can speak and attest to this myself. Like, I had no idea at a point in my life what vulnerability was, or how naturally vulnerable of a person I'm capable of being as a leader. And it's like, it took me time to recognize and feel into that. And that's where you add this Saturn aspect. It's always about time. But time has now shown us, if we look and take a sober reality, this is what's beautiful about this. As much as Pisces is a subjective sign and watery, and the moon is so close and we're hypersensitive, and you know, we need to be mindful of how much we put adrenaline into our body. And I know I'm speaking to you with adrenaline message, but this message seems to really fucking matter to me today. It's like, I have to get this out. I have to speak this to you. I have to speak through me. I have to let God, in a sense, speak through me. And it's like, it's okay to love again. You know, it's okay to love again. It's okay to start being vulnerable and realize and tell your partner, I need to feel validated in this area. Like, if I buy you flowers, if I do something Aquarian-like and decide, okay, on the 13th, I'm going to buy you flowers, not on the 14th, because I'm afraid of being rejected on the 14th, Valentine's Day, because I have this memory. Saturn is our memory. I have this memory of when I fell in love on Valentine's Day, it always went wrong, or I've always been single, or I've always something is just subjective, always. And it's like, that's not true. It hasn't always been like that, but we have allowed ourselves to maintain the programs and the cycles. Pisces is here to dissolve and purge out those cycles. To take us into a realm of fantasy and delusion, not to escape, but to heal, to nurture, to be revitalized in the 8th to 12th dimensions and beyond, to align with, you know, the chakras above the crown, working in the 12 systems rather than the 7. So this is Pernell Bobby. I really hope you just embrace love, okay? Honestly, like, love fucking strong. Like, I haven't cursed in a video in so long, but I just had to in this moment. Like, fucking love strong. Love strong. Love strong. Love strong. February 19th, our members are meeting again. We're going to actually talk Jupiter, which will obviously cover Pisces. Come check us out. Love strong with a community that is willing to be vulnerable. Okay, we're in there, and we're not over emoting, but we are emoting. Okay, we are working through some deep issues, some deep traumas that are no longer traumatic. They've become sacred. Love strong. This is Pernell Bobby, your Astro Shaman. I'm here leveraging a world of harmony and generating it, okay, with the tribe, using and leveraging human design in combination with it. And thank you for hearing me out and listening to this message. Drop a Pisces symbol down below if you're ready to love. If you still made it to the end of this video, you're ready to love, you're ready to embrace a deep ass love, drop the fish, drop the Pisces. I came out here and allowed myself to cook up in the sun. I'm hot as hell right now. So drop that damn Pisces and let me know that it was worth it, okay? Show me my Saturn appreciation. Show me that I can, you know, change these emotions and you know the rest. All right, I'll see you soon, baby. Love. Hit the like button.